Hello and welcome back to Pandemic Playground with Dave. We are back on surviving Mars, or can we survive Mars? And we just gotta update our barn a bit. Alright, so let's just get started, get right into it. So the first thing that's of course bothering me is going to be power. So we should scrap this and kind of move it along the sides, I guess. That should probably do it pretty well. We'll see how that kind of works out. Another piece, we should probably scrap all this and put the parts in a barn and also put the survival kit inside as well. So at least we have some place to spawn if we were to get attacked, if we were to die or whatever the case is. So let's just do that. Just gonna grab the survival kit here. You know, I forgot to test to see if I can build it. Yeah, I can build it. Okay. I think. I forget I have progression on. So survival kit. I think you can always build it regardless. Yeah, and it looks like we are able to right now. So we should be okay. So we grab that. I guess we're going to waste our oxygen. And we just got to plug it somewhere. We should plug it. I kind of didn't want to plug it against the wall, but it looks like we might have to. So the survival kit. That's not a survival kit. And ideally, I probably want to do better than a survival kit, but for now, we're going to do as is because that's what we got. We don't have anything for the medical bay yet, so that's going to have to wait. And putting this here makes it a little bit easier so we can charge up our power. As you see, I'm already at 13%. It is going to be slow when it comes to charging with the survival kit, but that's what we got. And we gotta start making our food soon too. But we're gonna live on emergency rations for the time being. And speaking of which, do I have any more? I don't have any. So let me situate myself with some food and water really quick. And of course, we need it. Get some automation here as well. So we have ice, we have, okay, so production, or let's check the inventory out. Do we have anything? We have some water, so we'll take some of that. And we have the chips still. Not what we are looking for. So let's make some emergency rations for the time being. And of course, when I dump stuff like that, doesn't work out. Okay, so I'm missing a metal grid. I probably used it for something. If I can't remember what it is right now. But since we close the door, take a sip, get our water situated. We're in the 90s, 100, perfect. We are good. What's next? We need the emergency rations. Let's get some food going. We don't have too many, but we'll just get that. Our helmet's off, so and we can breathe. One thing that some of you had pointed out is why don't you do a vent that's the opposite way, meaning depressurizing from the outside to get some oxygen. Definitely a good idea. I'm definitely gonna do that. Maybe I'll hook it up to the roof potentially and do it that way instead of wasting the ice. So we're gonna work on that as well. So today we're just gonna kind of like slowly work on some maintenance pieces here before we do anything else. We need to situate the power because we have a lopsided cargo container, as you see here. So that's a bit of a problem. We're gonna have to get something blue to kind of get that corrected. All right, so let's see what we can do. We still need to disassemble as much as we can for the respawn pod, which is this. We don't need all these things here. Oh, here's a item for a metal grid, and that's 4. So we can actually make a small cargo container now, so we don't have to worry about the smaller ones that we already have. But we still need to keep that hinge system. Ooh, we still need to keep the hinge system because of the emergency rations. But other than that, we should be okay. We still need a mine for cobalt for sure, which we found last time. We might need additional ice as well, but right now we're just gonna get as much parts as we can from here. We're gonna leave this O2 H2 generator for now. Do we need it? No, we don't need it. because we have one inside already, and it's a large good one. So we could take that. Oop, that just dropped on the ground. Alright, we're gonna keep that battery here though, because we're probably gonna recycle it somehow and merge it into a small grid if we have to. I wish we can kind of attack that thing now and get some parts out of it, but that's gonna be we're not gonna do that anytime soon. I'm just gonna take the antenna. We're gonna leave the ore detector on here, although it's no point, but we'll just leave it there for now. And we need an exterior kind of spot so I can dump stuff in. I guess the drill's gonna work for now, I guess. It's a weird spot for it, but I hate when you throw everything in, you lose all your... I'm losing rations, I'm losing my water and ammo when I do that. I haven't checked my inventory. I'm a little bouncing around everywhere. So our refinery is good. We don't have too much going on. Our cargo is good as well. And we have a decent amount of iron. Doesn't look like too much. Well, we got 4K of iron. Okay, so what we can do is start up the drill so we can get some more stone. And then get this guy down. So we're going to do reverse on this guy. And get some more stone. And hopefully we don't overload our capacity, which I think we might actually do. So what I'm going to do is actually load up the small cargo container in here. So I'm going to do that by... I'm going to put it here and put a hole right here in the back. So I'm going to put a small cargo container here. And it's going to be this guy here. So that's going to connect to the survival kit. It's going to connect, and we can connect to the outside, which is going to be perfect. And there we go. So we got most of our metal grids from the thrusters. Is this still airtight? Yes, it is. Okay. It doesn't look airtight because of that exterior, but we'll leave it as that. Alright, we are already filled up in stone. It looks like. Well, we're almost filled up with stone, but I think the rotor, not the rotor, the piston's all the way down to the bottom already anyway. So now we can adjust this a little bit. Yeah, it's as low as it can go right now. So we're going to have to adjust this a little bit. Either by extending it or adding more drills to it, whatever the case may be. So then that way we get some more stone this way. And this is the quick and easy way of getting resources for the most part. So we can at least build a lot more using the stone. Of course, we can get a lot more iron if we need to, but so far so good in that front. So we definitely need to extend this. So what I was thinking of doing, and I don't know where the bed is probably right over there. Alright, we're going to waste a lot of our oxygen right now, but it's going to be fine. We can connect the power station here. So what is going to happen is we're going to probably put an exterior wall here. An exterior wall. Interior wall. So of course I don't use them too often, so I don't know what they're really called at times. So let me just get some materials here. And I want to build it outside like that. And we can build it out a little bit more. So we're just going to extend it out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we could build it downwards this way. And I think we could do that. Yep. Alright, that's perfect. So we'll weld up these guys. It's not going to be a passageway or anything like that. Although we could use passages instead. But that's going to require lots of parts. So let's refrain from that for the time being. And just trying to fix our power station or a tower in this case. Yeah, I'm out of materials, so I'm going to have to grab a lot more. Definitely need a new welder. This welder is horrendous. It's going to take forever just to weld anything up. I should probably build a ship with a welder. That would make a lot more sense, but we don't have that right this moment, so we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Alright, that's pretty much done. And there is a storm coming in, it looks like. I'm running out of energy as well. So what I'm going to do now is... Do I want to change it up? We can use these cylindrical columns now if we wanted to. Yeah, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Should I get that high? Yeah, that should be okay. What we're going to do is add these guys here. So we could build it around in a circle-ish area. Or in all planes, similar to that one there. So that's going to be good for now. We're going to get our power situated. Maybe sleep in a bed for a second. The good thing about the storm is that the turbine is spinning really, really fast. So it should give me a decent amount of power. And we can check that as we're laying down. Kind of like reading a book, in a way. So where is our battery? It's called the warfare battery. Okay, the warfare battery fully recharged in 2 hours. That's because the storm is like crazy right now, and it's spinning really, really fast, which is awesome. Since it's kind of storming outside, we definitely need more windows so we can see outside better. But we don't have that right now, so we could probably edit this up a little bit. So let's not waste the oxygen. Let's just turn this off. And what we need to do is break this apart. Like so. We can add the air vents. And we can add it. Hopefully we can add it the correct way. So I want to add it up there to connect to these things. So can I do that? Not getting a good piece from it. Okay, you know what? It might be because... Why is that? This piece is... I can put that there like that. So that's how I want the vent. And it is because I'm on the wrong air vent. I really should get rid of that mod. I don't think I'm gonna use it. The ultimate small grid or large grid to small grid thing. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so ideally that's not where I should probably put it here. No, it's fine. We'll put it here, and then we can vent it out that way. So what we want to do is maybe add another O2 H2 generator, just to kind of make a chimney like thing, so we can get a little bit of design and function out of it. Is this the O2 generator? Yep, this is the O2. I was hoping it to be a little bit higher than what it is now. Hoping to go up more like that. I guess we could leave it as is, or do we want to add a second one, a third one? If we add a third one, that'll look pretty decent as a chimney, looking like thing. Yeah, I guess we'll just do that. And then from the top, we'll add the right next to the turbine. That's not exactly what I wanted. So let's take that down. Didn't realize how close I was to it. Probably a worse time to take it down because it's getting a lot of power now. But that should be fine. We'll put the air vent here, and we can put it on the bottom too, right on the O2 generator that's out here too. So that make it a good thing, which is perfect. All right, so this is on, and what we want to do here is instead of pressurizing, we want to depressurize. Right? Yes, depressurize. So right now I can't depressurize because probably, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's wrong. Well, I'm just gonna build one for now and just leave it as is. But that's what I was told. So if I can't remember it correctly how it works, then oh well, it's too bad for me, I guess. So let's just get our O2 generators here. So we need steel plates, and we're gonna need a lot of it. Okay, steel plates, we can do 102 here. Looks like we're just missing steel plates. And the next one, probably the same situation where we're just missing steel plates. And we do need to add an air vent in here again, which we can add right up there once we get that O2 generator up and running. So we're just gonna wait for the steel plates a bit, and well, I guess while we do that, we're just gonna charge up on the survival kit. What's interesting is that we don't have any more ice. We do have some ice. Let's go into the emergency rations because I wasn't getting oxygen out of it, but it's okay. And we can grab what we can. Did I get everything yet? Yeah, here's the steel plates. That's gonna get done. And we need to get the air vent. And the air vent, we can stick it over here in the back or in the front. Probably stick it in the front because it looks better over there. And hopefully I have enough parts for it. So I'm just missing computer and motors. And I think I have everything. I hope so. Yeah, we have computers. We got some motor. Not a lot. So we don't have a lot of stuff still, as always. Because it's still in the pretty beginning. This was what, episode 3 of Can We Survive Mars? So forgive me if, you know, everything's not set up just yet. But we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. Okay. So that's going to give us oxygen. And that's going to give us oxygen mainly from the O2H2 generators, I want to say. We have no ice though. So that's another problem. The depressurizing thing in Mars, does it work correctly? Not correctly, but does it even work? It's kind of the question here. I'm starting to think the answer is no, but I guess we're gonna have to see. So, you know what? Why am I already assuming it's not working? Because we didn't even weld this up, so there's no conveyor joints or portholes or anything like that. So once this is up and running, meaning this O2H2 generator I'm welding up, if this goes in and connected, now we can depressurize and see if it's working. Which it is not doing anything. Is it? Should it not be like that? It's not showing an indication of it depressurizing, which usually it would show a different color. So off and well, I didn't even know that air vents had setup options, setup actions for some odd reason. So I'm assuming action 1 is when it's airtight, action 2 when it's not. So that's an interesting way we can do in terms of a timing block to shut doors. We'll take a look at that in a second, but I don't know if this is working because I have an O2H2 generator is the reason why. But it's not working. Alright, so we're gonna walk away from that really quickly and add our turbines here, here, up here, here, and there. But before we do that, I am gonna weld this guy up. I'm gonna weld everything up because we don't want to get things destroyed like instantly. When either something comes to attack us or whatever the case is, at least we have some kind of cushion, a little bit of cushion. Although a steel plate or a whole full block ain't too much. Right, so we should get a decent amount of power up here. We need construction components. Okay. So now we have the turbines really far away from the base. Well, a good distance from the base. So we should get a decent amount of spinach here. The non-scientific way of saying it, basically. And it's a lot faster than this, I think. Actually, not really. It's about the same. So it's oh well. I guess it's the best we can do for now. I mean, it is pretty far though, so I'm not sure why it's not spinning particularly fast. Well, except that we are in Mars with a small amount of atmosphere, so that's why it's still able to work. But it's still not going to work like the best, like it would happen in Earth. Alright, so we have 2 turbines fully done. We have a third one here. We'll probably do some solar panels if we had to, as a secondary source of power. We dropped some plates. and then motors, it looks like. So we'll try to see if we can weld up the rest of this one. Nope, we're missing some stuff, which we might not have everything. I hope we do. Nope. We're missing a couple stuff, so I'm just gonna queue up two turbine worth. Alright, so we're gonna put that up for whatever we have. Put this one whatever we have. Steel plates, we're gonna weld this up. And of course we're gonna weld up the cylindrical column as well. And is that spinning decent? Yeah, they're spinning decent. It's not terrible. It's about the same speed as we had it before. Which maybe not. It looks a little bit faster, to be honest. But I could be wrong. It looks a little bit better than having it up here though, so that's another thing. And I gotta do something about this. I kinda wanna revert that into an O2 tank instead, an oxygen tank instead. Maybe that would work better. I don't know. But we're gonna remove this piece of the roof. And we're gonna put out another shingle here. Maybe put a window. I think I want to put a sunroof here actually. Let me get some windows. Do I have enough for windows? Probably not. We can do... Let's do a 2x2 window here. I kind of want some sunlight in here. Especially once we, you know, go inside and it's really dark. So we definitely need some windows here. So window, we can do... I think there's a 2x2. Yeah, there's a 2x2. That's a 2x3. Where's the 2x2? That's not a 2x2. Maybe there is no 2x2. Is there? I thought there was 2x3s. This is 1x1s. No, there's no 2x3. Alright, so let's just make it even. We'll make a bigger window here as the secondary option, I guess. So that's done. And we'll add our 2x3 window this way here. And we're going to put a flat one. So we need this one here. So you need a girder to build the flat. Did I not queue up anything? Oh, here's the problem. We are out of parts again, I think. We should be, right? Nickel. Yeah, we made a ton of steel plates when we probably should have done too much, but it's fine. Let's disassemble some things here. Ooh. Oh, hey, wait. Huh? Okay, so we were making just girders just now, so that's interesting. Did we run out of power again? I don't know. It's likely that we ran out of power, but we got our big window, and it looks like we need a lot of stuff here, and we need some energy again. So I'm going to charge up. Alright, so we did get some oxygen now whilst we're charging up, and then no, we didn't get more ice. So is that depressurizing thing working okay? I'm starting to think yes. So if I turn this and close these doors, and I'm looking at this big hole here, of course nothing's gonna happen. So that's always gonna be a problem. Alright, so I'm not sure what happened in terms of why is it not... No, we just definitely ran out of stuff. Okay, so we definitely need to change up the drill system here. And what we can do is actually just bring this guy down. So let's just do that. So we wanted to reverse this guy here. And okay, so that's gonna work. Okay, we're gonna do... Take this here, turn it on. We're gonna grab this and reverse. Okay. And that should go decent ways down. It's still getting some stone now, which is perfect. And what we're gonna do is drop down one or two of these for the time being. I'm probably gonna drop this one first. And hopefully we don't fill up too fast. So far so good. We're not even filling up the drill yet, so that's always a good thing. Our cargo's not being filled up either, so that's decent. And the moment we start seeing a lot of stone, that's when we should be worried. But I think we are still drilling the spots we already have been drilling. So we should be okay. And once that's fully extended, we can drop this one. And this is what's going to probably fill up our cargo container. Because it's going to hit a new spot. Yeah, I think so. Alright. And then after that, that's when we need to change it up. We probably need to extend the drill system a little bit. We'll probably make it left and right. One here, one here, one here. I think we can do. But we should have a decent amount of stone now. Yeah. We pretty much filled it up. Except for the drill. It's still slowly getting some more. But we'll leave that. Should we leave it? It should slow down eventually. That's a lot of stone. 50k worth of stone on the drill. Alright. So what we're going to do is... let's reverse all our pistons back. Actually, you know what? I totally forgot I put this horizontal piston here. So I can increase the range up to the next piece and gather more if we have to. So that's definitely something we can do and should do. So we don't necessarily need to add more drills. We could add more drills to make it a lot faster, but we can't gather more than we can store. So that's the problem we have there. So we'll leave it as that, and we're gonna have to save power. So I'm gonna turn this guy off, and we can continue to weld up the rest here, which actually might be a good idea. So let me get the turbines up and running. Alright, turbines. We definitely need more power, so we're going to do that. At least we have a battery inside, so that's holding up okay. This should help charge it a bit. We can definitely put some solar panels if we need it. It's going to be a little harder to get solar panels, to get the sun, because we are in a bit of a ditch, but the sun is kind of pointing right in here, so we could do some kind of solar panel array on the floor to kind of get all that soaking of the sun. Soakage of the sun, I should say. Alright, so more steel plates, and we're just going to weld up these steel plates. Make sure this thing doesn't topple over, or make it easy to topple over at least. And we'll just do the cylindrical columns as well. Gotta watch my hydrogen on my jetpack, because it looks like we're dipping down to the teens. And single digits soon. Oh, we're in the single digits almost, so I'm gonna have to land a bit. Fuel up if I can. I have very little ice left, but that's gonna do okay for now. We need to do another ice run shortly, just so we could fill up our hydrogen tanks and oxygen tanks. Alright, so that is done. It doesn't look like spinning too fast, but it's doing okay. We should still be storing power at least, I want to say. So we can kind of check on that. We don't have to look at that way. We can look at battery. Storing, fully charged. Okay, so that's good. And we're getting power here. Okay, so what we also need to kind of queue up is going to be the window. The big old hole that we have in the roof right now. So if it rains, we're going to have a big old leak and a really wet base. But luckily, we had the storm pass already, but it was a sandstorm, so it should be okay. I don't think in the Mars planet we're going to experience rain. If it does, I'd be really surprised. Because there shouldn't be much water in Mars. There's ice, according to the game, but not water. Alright, so we need to get that situated very soon. Okay, so we get weld this in from the inside, of course. Okay, we are not having anything done here because we're waiting for the construction components to be queued up. I guess we don't need too much. We're just gonna wait for the girders and then the bulletproof glass. Perfect. All right, so we need a decent amount of bulletproof glass here. Oh, 140. Interesting. All Girders, I would think I had enough. Not sure why I didn't pick up all of them. Okay, here we go. All 25 that we need. Now we need the tons and tons of bulletproof glass. So we have that going. We're missing a little more than half. And we're gonna inspect our food, water, and sleep. Looks like we should eat and drink up a little bit, but we gotta finish that window or roof, sunroof. Alright, so we have enough that's functional. We can add the rest as if we have it. I think we do, so let's just put that on there. Yep, perfect. So now we have a bit of a window, sunroof. Looks kind of odd, so we need to add some kind of borders if we can. And there's not much we can do about it. We could probably, what we can possibly do would be to add some tiny kind of panels here like that if we want to. Or right here like this. Probably looks better like this. But we're not going to do that right now. Why waste the parts if we don't need to? Alright. Okay, so now this survival kit's not giving me oxygen. It could be because we just ran out of all ice. And also that the whole depressurizing thing, it's not really working well. So the room is pressurized as you see there, but I'm going to kill all my ice once I open these doors. And that's done with. And this depressurizing thing does not work for what I can see. So what we're going to do is get rid of this and put an oxygen tank instead. But like I said, maybe it's the way I'm putting it together. That might be the issue, but I don't know if that's true or not. But just kind of my guess there. The oxygen tank. We just get the tanks here. A nice, beautiful tank. Let's put a hydrogen tank right up here. Make it look crazy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to put the oxygen tank here. I think, yeah, we need a little bit of the large steel tubes. And I guess we can... Man, I could really plug in the vent anywhere. Connect it from one vent to another vent just to test it for sure. But I'm just starting to think that it's not really the case where it will work out. So we're just gonna kind of leave it as that. Looks like we're missing tubes. Alright, so as you can see here, when I do depressurize, it turns that blue. That's what I want to see on the outside. I know I said I wasn't gonna test it, but I am testing it. So when I go outside, it is not doing that. So it doesn't work. Again, if I'm doing something wrong, let me know. But that's what I'm just kind of following the comments here. So that's what it is. I haven't really tested it before, but now we know. So we can eventually get rid of that. I'm just going to leave it for now. We still need the steel tubes to finish up that thing there, which is the O2 generator. Well, no, the oxygen tank. And we're not going to put an air vent up there because it's not going to work, right? So there is a little bit of a chimney. We'll get rid of this air vent and the one inside. I think that one's going to fall. Nope, didn't fall. Nope, there you go. Now it fell. Alright. Get rid of that. Perfect. We will put the wall back up. And that's going to be... This is really nice to have, but it's not going to be airtight. Alright, here is our panel that we need to put together. Roll that up, and we're good to go. So now we should have some oxygen with everything closed. Close that, close that. We should be pressurized. Yep. We just don't have ice, which is the problem now. We don't... Do we have any ice in here? Nope, we're out of everything. We're all iced out, so that's going to be a problem. No hydrogen, no oxygen, so we're going to have to go get some probably by hand at this point. Okay, so we know where we can find that. So actually, before we do that, can we make a timer block? We can. Perfect. And we can just put it on here. There's a small one. Right. What I want to program is, if I'm correct, and I don't know for whatever reason, I never knew there was a setup option for the air vents, so we're gonna just do that. We're gonna do the timing block. If it's pressurized, do nothing. If it's depressurized, we want to start a trigger, and the trigger is to close the doors. Or at least both doors. So we go to our timing block, setup action, and we want to say this door close and this door closed. So that would help it to automatically close after a certain period of time. And that time it's going to be maybe 3 seconds. Let's just say 3 seconds then. I think that should do it. The other piece to it is for me to walk through. I will have to do that with a sensor, so we're just gonna leave it as that. We should make a longer, like, kind of airways to give it more time to close, so that way we don't dispel too much oxygen. But for now, we'll leave it as is, and we need to get the ice. Now the ice would have been nearby. I think it would have been, shoot, I can't remember where it is, but it should be nearby, right there, right here. Not sure why I didn't mark it, but at least I knew where it was. And I remember there was a bit of a cobalt piece there too, so that's not going to be an issue to get more metal grids and stuff like that. And actually, you know what, I'm going to pick up cobalt after this. Oh, we got some stone and ice here from the last dig we did. I'm just gonna pick up mostly ice for now because we need ice. We'll just probably get a big pack full and toss out the stone again, actually, because we kind of need the ice more than the stone itself. Stone we can gather already with the drill system, so that's not gonna be a big deal. So let's see. You want to get rid of this. Well, that's a big chunk now of a stone. But our ice is filling up our backpacks nicely as well. Okay. Now, that's not a lot that we can get out of that. But it should be okay. And we will throw in the ice here, which is going to be fine. Now we have 2K worth of ice. So that's perfect. Or not perfect, good enough for the time being. And I think the doors didn't close, so then that didn't work out. Okay. So maybe I'm wrong about the whole piece of that system. So that's interesting. Did I do it right? It's number 1. We only have 1 vent, so we're just gonna do that. Setup option, and the setup options disappeared. Okay, so that's interesting. Or did we not click on it for whatever reasons? Alright, so let's just double check that. Setup option, timer block is fine. Timer block says close, so there's that. Alright, so we're gonna open this door, close this door, and open this door so we don't waste oxygen. So that's how we should have it run. And in 3 seconds, this should close. But it's not. I don't even see it triggering the timer. So I think we need, it could be the opposite, which might be the case. It's not gonna do it because we didn't get it to trigger to depressurize. That's why. So if we did this, which now we're depressurized, and if we had it the way before, then it would make sense. Okay, so kind of have to work that out for whatever reasons. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna start that piece, right? So we're gonna waste some ice here, but let's just do it this way. So we're pressurized, now we're depressurized. So it should trigger the timer block. Is it not going to trigger it because it's a small grid? It shouldn't. It should work fine. But I guess it's not doing anything because it needs an action. I don't know. I'm just gonna say turn this on. I don't know. Just play around with it. And close that up. And it's not doing anything to this trigger or this timer block. So what is the setup option for that? I would think, okay, there it goes. It triggered it. Okay, so it does trigger it. So then in 3 seconds it closes the door. And we're fine. Okay, perfect. So we can open these doors up, and then in 3 seconds it should close them up. Okay, so then that way we get more our oxygen back and automatically close the doors that way, which is a good thing, but the better thing would be to not lose all that oxygen by extending out the double doors so that we can leave without losing a ton of oxygen in that case. So we need the cobalt is another thing. We'll get cobalts, and hopefully that's the cobalt. If not, it's behind us. And nope, this is the cobalts, I think. Nope, this is magnesium. Okay, so it's on the other side. Wherever our ice was is where our cobalt was as well. Cobalts. And alright, I got scared for a second there. I thought I didn't have enough hydrogen for this bit of an exploration here. But we do, so we should be okay. So this is the cobalt. Yes, it is. So we can grab it from the top. And we're not going to need a ton, which is going to be fine for now. I just want to get enough to get more metal grids up and running. And also for our new hand tools, basically. So cobalt's going to be useful because we're going to do metal grids and do somewhat of a hydrogen, no, maybe hydrogen, combination of hydrogen and a atmospheric thruster kind of mining system, because we're not going to be doing this hand drilling for too long. It's kind of my hope, at least, because it's a bit ridiculous to be hand drilling every little thing. So once we get a mining ship, that way we can get and gather more resources a lot quicker than the way we're doing it now. Ideally would be ideal. So because we could grab, I think, magnesium from here, from this hole, or this resource here. There should be magnesium. Yeah, right there, magnesium. So we're gonna have to make a some kind of mining ship to do that drilling. And what else are we missing? We're missing gold, silver, and the works, basically. But for now, we should be okay. So ice, although it's a good resource, we don't need that. So because we have our own means of getting it, so we're just gonna dump the stone and try to get more cobalt as quickly as possible. We don't need a lot for now, and we don't have a lot, which is another thing. But we just need to get enough so we can start making a ship and some storage. And also, like I said, hand tools. Alright, so that may be more than enough. And we definitely don't need the stone. Toss that. And grab whatever's left here. Okay, so we should be okay. Grab a little bit of the stone now. And if I'm lucky, all the stone kind of rolled over. And it did. And that means I can collect it later if I need to. If it doesn't disappear. Alright, so we are... Let's get into the night. So, here's our cobalt. Which is perfect. I prefer it to get closed right away, but we'll leave it as is. Because this way, as you saw, weight doesn't depressurize, which is what we want. But it's alright. Does our current refinery take care of cobalt? Yes, it does. Alright, perfect. So we still have a lot of stone to make as well. How much resources we have? Little to none in terms of iron, so that's not good. Alright, so let's produce, like we said, we're gonna need the hand tools. So we're gonna do hand tools, and the hand tools is going to be right here. So we need this. So we need silicone, nickel, and iron, which we don't have anymore. So that's a problem. So we're gonna do enhance that. We'll just do all enhance each piece. And what are we missing? We're not missing anything except for maybe nickel. What are we missing? We're not missing anything actually. And what we can do is also put our current stuff here and then dismantle them, right? So grab the drill, welder, and grinder, and then we can dismantle those tools, which is these three, just to get some parts back. It's not gonna be a lot, but better than nothing, right? So that's good. Did it even take it? Yeah, it took it. Okay. And perfect. We now need to get our tools. And we're good to go. So we definitely can make more metal grids now, I think. If we do metal grids, we need cobalt, which we're making now. Nickel and iron. Okay, so I don't think we have a lot of iron, or for whatever reason it didn't show I had a lot of iron before. It looks like I have 9 iron right now, 454 here. Yeah, so not much at all, but we can still at least make some more storage if we need it. It's one thing. What else do I need to do? At this point in juncture, I need food and water as well. So let's just grab that really quick. Emergency rations of sparkling water. If we have ice left, I hope we do, and we don't. Ridiculous, because I needed to make that. So we definitely need to make some kind of miner, because we're gonna have to gather a lot more ice and quicker than what I'm doing now. Because this is quite slow and it's not efficient at all. So that's of course going to be a problem. What else do we need to take care of before we get out of here? Let me just eat first. And get to be able to breathe in our own little barn system. We're home. And alright, we're good in that front. So alright, we need more ice. I think we're good in storage. So it looks like we could fill up in stone really quickly, but everything else is fine. Medium cargo containers. Those are the small ones. We could probably get rid of those soon. Can we produce metal grids now? If we can, that'll be great. Perfect. So we can do 4 is what we need for 1. We're gonna make 1, 2. We're gonna make 2 more. So that's fine. Alright, so we're gonna grab our small cargo containers. I'm gonna throw 1 here, 1 here. And that should be more than enough for the time being, hopefully. Steel tubes, small steel tubes we don't have. So we'll queue up 100 of them for now. And here we go. 3 small cargo containers all in one video or in one episode. Perfect. Alright, so now we can get rid of the small, medium cargo containers if we wanted to. Because they're kind of useless in a way right now. Well, this one is not connected. So we can get rid of this one if we want to. Just get some extra parts. But we're going to leave that because this needs to be a small grid. And a timer we need for the doors for whatever reason. So we're good in that front. Alright. I think we're looking good. We have more space as you see there. Ice is a problem, but it's going to be an ongoing problem until we can get some more. And ouch. Got to put my helmet back on after eating. Alright, so we can definitely drill for more stone if we need to. And I feel like we may need to do that only because, and of course we already checked before, we only have 264 iron left. We do have a lot of parts though. So that's the good thing. So we have 710 steel plates. So we're good there. Not a lot of interior plates. Actually, we have 1,000 steel plates almost. Should really consolidate everything. Okay, so we're actually not too bad. Not as bad as I thought. We have a decent amount of stuff. Not a lot, but a decent amount. As you see there, yeah. We still got some stone left. And it might just be because our survival kit is not queued up to break it down. So we're gonna queue up a ton of these. And yeah, okay, so we just need to keep getting this working as well. So we need to get some kind of control system here. And it's probably going to be in the form of a button. So button. Okay, let's just do a sci-fi button for fun. Put that here. Can we put it this low? Yeah, we can. Interesting. Let me weld up that little piece there. And we have our very low to the ground button system, so not necessarily pressing with my fingers at this point, if you know what I mean. But yeah, sure. That's gonna work out fine. Alright, so what do I want to do here with these buttons? So we wanted to do, and I think I want to kind of grab 2 more timer blocks, and we're gonna do small versions of it because that's always gonna be the better way to do it to save space. Right there. So this is timer block 2, timer 3. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so what we want to do, timer block 2, we'll do setup action and we want the horizontal one. Okay, here we go. See, what we want to do is extend and increase maximum distance. That's timer block 2. Timer block 3, we want the same thing but in reverse. So decrease velocity and decrease distance. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do. And for the piston itself, this is the horizontal one, the one that's parallel to the ground, I guess you can say. I'm gonna reduce the maximum distance all the way. Velocity is fine. So now button 1 will be to increase, so that's gonna be timer block 2. And we can say trigger now. Timer block 3, trigger now. And we say this one's gonna be the drill on off. And we should group the pistons, or not. We'll leave it as is for now. Or at least just do one of them to do reverse. That's fine. Alright, so moment true. So if I hit this trigger, it should go up by small increments. So it looks like an increment of, if I remember correctly, 0.5. So we can do this a couple of times to kind of get it to where I want it to go. So I want it to get right around here. And that should pretty much do it. We'll turn on the drill. We'll go the downwards version of it. And it looks good. So it is probably going to create a little bit of a separation here, which is not what I wanted, but it should be okay. Maybe I decrease it by 0.5 and hope nothing happens to it. Okay, so I got it stuck, so let's not do that. We'll bring this back up. And once we get close, we'll bring it back towards us. And that should do it. Hey. Hey. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so something's a little off there. So timer block 3, set of actions should be decrease maximum distance and decrease velocity. No, that's completely off. It should say retract. That's what it should say. Okay, so we're gonna have to bring that back out a bit. And it should be right around here. What's going on? It's extending all the way. That tells me we kind of messed it up a bit. Jeez. We're gonna reverse this back and change our maximum distance. Okay. So timer block 3 says retract and decrease maximum distance. Oh, you know what? That's all off too. So it should say decrease minimum distance, increase minimum distance. Which way is it? I forget. So this goes forward in increments of 0.5 and stops. If we go backwards and where are we right now? So what I'm forgetting is the opposite effect. So when you increase the maximum distance, you want to decrease or increase the minimum distance, right? And this one is increase. This is going to be decrease the maximum distance. Actually, no, I think it's decrease and decrease. Yeah, decrease and decrease and increase and increase, right? Increase, increase. That's what I said, but I don't know why I did it the opposite. Okay, so now we do increase, goes 0.5, increase again, goes 0.5, we go decrease, it stops at 0.5, and that stops at 0.5. Okay, so we want to do, I don't know how much we need to do, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be 5 meters or so. Distance. And it's a bit much, so we need to retract it a little bit more. Okay. Complicated way of doing things, but it kind of works out. So we're going to drill on, push down, and there we go. Now we have a decent way to get stone with some buttons really quickly. And this kind of works out. It could have went a little bit more to the left. More, and I'm about to fall through. But this is working out, so this is not too bad. Alright, so we got stone now. We have 3 small cargo containers now, so we definitely can take in a lot more stone. And it looks like we can. So that means we can drop these down a lot quicker. Which we can use more buttons to do so, but we'll leave it as is for the time being. But we have more resources now, at least. A ton more resources, I want to say. How full are we now? This is full. That's full. This is full, and this is getting full. Okay, so that's our limit right there. Is this one going down, this one going down. So let's just bring it back up. Right? We'll bring that back up. And, well, actually, we didn't need to bring it back up. We just need to stop the drill. And when we need more, we'll bring that one down in that case. Okay. And our refinery is still working on the cobalt, which is not the best thing in the world. And it's going to be slow to do that, but we needed to get rid of the stone quicker. So we can start making a oh, what happened here?
Energy low.
Why didn't it trigger the doors to close? Okay. A little confused, but alright. We'll figure that out sooner or later. Okay, so we got progress. We got some easier maintenance things going on. We have power. We have oxygen through ice. We need to build a mining ship next so we can fly and get some more ice easier that way. Then we need to start thinking about the food production, which is going to have to come by a lot quicker because I am running out of ice for the food and everything like that. We still have water that we can drink, and we are out of emergency rations. No, we still have one more left. So we're gonna take that ration. We're gonna drink as well. Ooh. And it looks like we don't have oxygen in here because we have no ice. So that's great. We should put in oxygen farm outside. We definitely should do that. Do we have the ability to do oxygen farm? We do. How much does it cost? On a blast. So let's queue that up. We also want a full-size refinery to make things go a little bit faster. But it can barely fit it in here, so that's another thing. We can leave it outside. That's not going to be the end of the world if we do leave it outside. But we do risk it getting damaged in that sense. Should be okay for the most part. Alright, so that's why the door didn't close, because it's already depressurized because we had the lack of oxygen. So we're just going to put the farm here, right there. A lot higher than I would want it, but it's okay. Alright, so we got the oxygen farm up and running, which is a good way to get some oxygen once we have the sun beaming on it. Right now we don't have nothing beaming on it, so it's not going to do anything, but it should be alright. If we want to put a full-size refinery, we could kind of put it and attach it to this cargo container, I believe. Can we make a full-size refinery? Yes, we can. We can do the industrial one, which is this big chunk of thing, which might look okay if we attach it somewhere. And I think we need to extend it out a little bit with a conveyor. Yeah, we need to extend that with the conveyor. Okay, so we're gonna have to do it that way. So conveyor junction right here. I'm not gonna fill it out just yet. And where did I put that refinery? And we can put this guy this way, right here, or the opposite way, that way. Or what we can do, instead of making it so high, is make it lower. We'll get rid of this and this. There we go. So now we can just add the conveyor junctions here. And okay, that's as low as I kind of want it to go, I guess. Yeah, that's probably the lowest I want it to go. Any lower, then we're gonna run into some issues. So we're gonna put that here. Perfect. So we have our conveyor junctions. Another conveyor junction here. All set. Now comes the big guy here, which we probably should queue up. Ooh. We got that queued up, and we just need to solve for this bit of a stair, and we should be good. We probably want to put some stuff underneath it as well. Does that look good? That looks kind of weird. We want to put some stuff underneath it so we can keep it from looking like it's floating. So we should just do that really quick. And we have room to add the mods, so that's exactly what we want. And to fix for the steps, can we put the stairs here? I think it's this one. Can we put stairs right underneath it? No, because we need something against it. So we need another kind of like wall here, I think, right? Is that how it kind of works? No, because that's not touching anything. We would need it kind of down here, I think. So we did this, and that. Then we could put the stairs. I think. And of course I have the wrong one. Is it the wrong one? Yeah, it's the wrong one. Okay. Stairs. Okay. So we can put the stairs here like this. What's interesting that stairs doesn't have rails while this one does. So, oh, you don't need the rails because you don't fall off anyway. So that works out. Okay. And I think you definitely need this piece here in order to carry that step, right? Can we just let... Is it on? If it's on... Oh, well, it might be on because it's stuck on the ground. So that kind of works. Yeah, that really does work out. If not, I was going to use the armor plating for that, but we'll leave it as that for now. And hopefully we have everything queued up for this big build. 1,000 steel plates is pretty much what we only had. So we're just gonna fill this guy up. And we're almost there, actually. Alright, so the doors has been closing. Getting some oxygen somehow, a little bit at least. So, oh well, leave it as is. And now we have our industrial refinery sitting outside, and it's exposed, which is fine for the time being. And we can climb up this piece here. Too bad none of these buttons are functional, but oh wells. And we can do some kind of connection here if we really needed to. For a second floor. Not necessary, but it is what it is. And I think that should do it in terms of being able to get more things done. So like say this could probably go here. It'll be faster. And I think in terms of cargo, we could go ahead and get some more stone. Yeah, it looks like we can. So we can just go ahead and do that really quickly. By playing around with the buttons, of course. Turn the drill on. And... oh, why did we drop this guy? Or not drop, why did it come back up? We'll bring that down. We'll bring this down. And that should give us some more stone for our refining to work. Next is going to be an assembler. So we're slowly upgrading the base, getting our resources. And then we should really situate ourselves with the food and water and a mining ship as well, because we need to get ice quicker. We can set up a mining station near the ice if we wanted to and slowly mine, but I think that's gonna be a little bit later because we don't have that much parts to do that all at once. So I'm definitely gonna build a quick little mining ship, which I have something in mind, so it's going to be a little bit different from the norm, I think. Hopefully. I like making these outrageous kind of builds, but with limited resources, we can only go as outrageous as much as possible, so we'll see how it looks like. But I'm going to keep mining some more stone so we get enough parts as possible. Probably shouldn't get rid of everything here. Maybe I could build a ship directly off of this thing as in this battery. So we can actually use that in that case. We can do again a combination of a hydrogen and atmosphere thruster. So that's definitely something I'm gonna do. But yeah, I think that's what we need next. It's going to be that mining ship. We need more resources, various resources, not just stone. Like magnesium is one thing. We're gonna have to get gold and silver sooner or later. And magnesium first, I would think, or something similar to that. and the reason for that is because we need weapons. Because once we weaponize ourselves a little bit, we should be able to go out to explore a little bit more, so we can spawn any bases. And again, not sure if drones are working, but if we do go near a drone station in some form or fashion, we're gonna get attacked. If we don't have defenses, series over that quickly. But so far so good. There's a lot more to go through, a lot more beginning stages to go through, so hopefully it's not too boring for you guys. I enjoyed it a lot just to kind of struggle in the beginning and start building up and upgrading as we go. So right now we're still living in our barn system here, but at least we're getting a lot of resources. So I realized I looked like an escaped convict in a run and living on my own with this skin here. So that's the story. That's the story. So of course, if you enjoyed the series, this episode, hit that thumbs up, like the video, consider subscribing to the channel, drop a comment or two down below, and of course, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.